Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet two young filmmakers who are winning awards and making a difference in their industry. Their journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show. So we live in a culture that is so divided right now, Republicans versus Democrats, race, religion, you name it. We divide ourselves, but there's something about film, especially when it's done right, that can take you to another place and cause you to rethink your own thoughts about how you feel about an issue. Two young ladies who know a lot about this, Hannah and Psalms Wimbrey. They're the Wimbrey sisters, and they're in the studio. Yes. Thanks for coming in the show.
Thank you so much for having
us.
We love it.
Well, you guys are so young, and I admire you. I mean, filmmaking, and you're in your early 20s.
Yes, sir.
Early 20s,
yes.
Is that crazy? Okay, so we're going to show a trailer here in a minute, but I want to set this up. Okay, Summer of Violence. It comes out this summer.
Yes, summer 2024.
Okay, tell us about the film.
Yes.
You can. Yeah, so Summer of Violence is really a love story between this girl who was played by Casey Inez. She portrays Naomi in the Summer of Violence, and she is experiencing life for the first time outside of her bubble, and she realizes she needs to express her passions through her art of poetry and really figuring out life through such a violent time around her, but appreciating the art that's within her.
Yes. And what I really admire about it is the father and daughter relationship, because the father has so much tough love for her, but, and it may like come off like as aggressive, but I feel like we can relate with that with our dad. It's so much tough love from him, but that's what I really like watching the movie, because I connect with that on that level.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and roll that trailer.
The summer of violence continues to take lives with the death.
They stole the summer, gave it a new name. I've been writing some poems.
This was part of the plan, an internship before your first year.
That's what you planned, Dad.
It's your life. You're shacking up with that white boy. Next thing you'll be pregnant.
This is way too serious. I'd never even dated a black girl before, and I never wanted it to be my life.
Forget about your dad. Forget about Richie. You're gonna love Denver.
What about summer love?
I'll show you some.
Summer hope, summer dreams, freedom. That's how you see me?
Yeah.
Summer. They say violence is random, but it can't be random when it keeps happening on the same 6 blocks, killing the same black bodies. It's not random, it's personal. So stop saying it's random, because it can't ever be random. When it feels so damn personal to me.
And you have been out on the road. You've been going to film festivals. All right, tell us about that experience.
It's been a blessing. We got to go to France, so it was like work, but also vacation. Never been to France before. It was beautiful. We went to Cannes Film Festival. We went to ABFF, which stands for American Black Film Festival. And there's like a lot. I'm like juggling my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. There we went to.
Right now we're at PATH.
Yes, which is also in Los Angeles. Yes. We just won awards at The latest one, Los Angeles Film Festival, blanking. Which one?
Yes, just a lot.
That says how busy you are.
Yeah, like there's so they're always
You know,
back
one
to
of
back
those
to back.
awards, one of those.
One of these, but
the
absolutely
Oscar.
There's a whole show called the Oscars.
Okay, I have to ask, what's it like going to see your movie with others?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's like, I hope you like what I made, and you want to, of course, get like a good reaction out of them, but you want them to be truthful too, you know, because it's like, are they just telling me it's good because I worked on the project? But it's great to get great feedback from our families and friends.
And Hannah, you told me a story before we started filming that somebody came out in tears.
Yes, absolutely. So one of our first screenings at the Cannes Film Festival, or at the market, specifically at Cannes, we walked in, we wanted to see how the atmosphere was, and there's just a few people in the audience, and that's completely fine. Once we walked out, we saw this woman, and she was just bawling to our director, Nikki Michaud, and she was really expressing herself, and I thought something was wrong. I thought something happened, but afterwards we realized she was affected so much by the story and how we ended it and how much love was just poured out to the audience. I love seeing people receive that love as well. That was a lot for us. We loved it.
Well, you're getting a lot of positive media attention. I caught a great piece on NBC5 here in Dallas. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Hailing from South Lake, two up-and-coming movie producers and actresses, the Wimbrey sisters, are already making a name for themselves with their first ever feature film, Summer of Violence. The movie tells the story of a college graduate who turns down law school to focus on poetry. The Wimbrey sisters, Hannah and Psalms, join us to talk about their road to Hollywood. Welcome to Texas today. It's so nice to meet you both. So
nice to meet you.
Okay, first of all, I love the outfits. So pretty.
Thank you. You too. I love it. It's
all
coordinated.
Yes. So how did you two get involved, or actually become interested on acting and producing?
Yes. So my acting journey started actually whenever I was in middle school, and she actually begged me to do this theater show with her, and I was kind of about it. But then I did it with her, and it was actually Rapunzel, and I just fell in love with acting after that. I loved making people feel something, entertaining them. So I kind of dove into the world of acting with theater, and eventually it branched to film, and then eventually it branched to be behind the camera and producing. So
that's super cool. What about you, Hannah?
Yes, along the same lines, we've always grown up together and had the same interest. And of course, I always we love performing. We're always performing for our family for the longest time. We decided, classes, let's go ahead and take those. So we started doing classes, and we really enjoyed film specifically. And then we want to learn not only in front of the camera, but also behind the camera. So that was really important to us.
You own a production company. What do you tell us about it?
Yes, so we started our production company called 360 Films this time last year during the summer, and we call it 360 because in our lives everything's full circle, such as being in front of the camera and behind the camera, really studying and deep diving into it. And it's been a really incredible journey with all the projects that we have coming up.
Very nice. And last year was very special because you all debuted your first film.
Yes, we debuted Summer of Violence, our film, and we are so excited. We're so blessed. It's just been an amazing journey. Summer of Violence is actually based on a true event that happened in Colorado. So our movie is a message to end gun violence. And the writer and director of this movie, Nikki Michaud, she wrote poems back in her young days. And now she incorporated her poems into the movie, and the poems are full of love, and it's a message to use love to end gun violence.
Very nice. And I also heard that it got a lot of awards. Can you please brag about it?
Yes, ma'am. So the past, I want to say year, we've been able to have our film go ahead and screen at film festivals. We just came from DTLA Film Festival. We won Best Picture and Best Audience, and we've been nominated in Austin Film Festival, won in Tallgrass, and just to name a few. But the last year has been really busy, but very, very grateful for the experience. It's been amazing.
Congratulations. That is amazing. Okay, I have to ask, what do you both enjoy the most about producing?
So we've always been in front of the camera. We always loved acting. That's where it started. But what I really appreciate about being behind the camera is seeing everything come together. And I realized when we were on production that if one person's not doing their job, it's not like you can get away with it. It's like, where's the person supposed to do this? Like little stuff. So that's what I really liked about it.
What about you,
Yes. I mean, along the same lines as well, I love being able to see that it really does take a village to make something so beautiful, and it's really the team effort. We were definitely lucky enough to have an entire crew love what they do, and we all had the same passion for the project. So being able to experience that on camera and behind the camera has been very eye-opening, very educational. There's a lot of things that I still take note of real quick. Like, if I don't know a word, I'm like, oh, for sure. It's like Google, like, what does that mean?
Thank Google for that.
It's been a lot of enlightening education about film.
For those watching who would love to watch this movie, how can we do that?
Yes, so we will be able to have our film out in theaters in spring 2024.
Cool.
And also you can keep up with us on summerofviolence.com, as long as our all of our social media pages, Summer of Violence, the Summer of Violence film. And yes, and you can become an insider on the site.
I just love how y'all are just doing it all.
Thank
360.
you.
I like it.
360 full circle. We love it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you both so much for joining us today, and thank you for all the success you all are having. That's amazing.
Thank you for having us. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
To watch the official Summer of Violence trailer, visit summerofviolence.com, and to keep up with Psalms and Hannah, follow them on Instagram at Wimbrey Sisters.
Wow, you guys are so poised, and I love your smile. I mean, just megawatt smiles. So this segment's sponsored by. So let's talk more about the film, because we've all watched films where they can have great actors and actresses, but it's just clunky. It just doesn't work, right? So how did you know when you're filming? Okay, we've got it. Like, there's a flow here.
Yes. We knew that it was a good film based on the people who were like working for us, because you can have your cameraman and, you know, the people that set up the set, and they're just there to work. But when we saw that they were actually interested when they were like being on set and stuff, we're like, oh, even the people who are working for us, like, you know, the film. So that's how I knew it was a good story.
Yes, it's definitely a team effort, and it takes a village to make something so beautiful, and everyone have the same drive to make it happen. And I think, especially for our first experience as being executive producers, they allowed us to have free range with everything, which is like PA and scouting and even part of casting. It was so much more than we thought that it was going to be, but every part of it was amazing.
And it looked like you really created a family on the set. So there was no egos, no divas on the set.
Oh, no. We call each other out. There was very fast.
It's funny because we had to be away from home for a whole month, which we have never done before. So, of course, I was crying because I was going to miss my family here in Texas.
Well, I'm right there.
Yeah, and Hannah, I'm like a softie, so I was the one crying. But when we were leaving for the last day on set, I found myself crying again, because I was like, now I don't want to leave my new family that I have. So it was really beautiful, yeah.
Well, I want to give you a chance to give a shout out to your mom and dad, because I know you come from a rock star family. So, what do you think you got from your mom and dad?
Yes, you want to go first?
Yes, absolutely. For sure, just drive in general. We have always been in the footsteps of entrepreneurs, and we've always seen that and grown with that. And just being able to have so much support in what we love, film, because we're very blessed that we acknowledge that so much, that they allow us to do this and allow us to figure it out and just dip our toes in the water, even if it's a push from them, be like, you got it, fly, go. And just everything about, like, just the support. I mean, my dad's right here. Like, they love being with us and supporting us and just seeing us grow into where we're going to go.
Yes, for sure. We've just gotten a lot of positivity from them in general. We'll be like, actually on the way here in the car, we're listening to a song and it says the word hate. And my dad was like, isn't it funny that I didn't let you guys listen to songs like this when we were younger, because it made us grow up and just, even though it's not like a bad word, hate's not a bad word, he just instilled with us that you just need to listen to stuff that's positive, right? So I feel like we are blessed to have these mindsets where we don't see failure as an option, whereas I'll talk to people who are my age who may struggle with that a little more, and I know it's because of my parents, and I don't ever fall down in that hole.
Wow. You guys are so inspiring.
Thank you.
All right, so we're almost out of time. So maybe a call to action at this point, because I know you still have a Kickstarter campaign going.
Yes.
That allows people to donate to your future endeavors. What would you like to say to people who feel motivated to support these two young filmmakers?
Absolutely, yes. We have so many projects up in the books and definitely want to get the ground running for them. And we are more than halfway there with our Kickstarter for Summer of Violence. And it really, again, like it's a family, it's a community, and we love building that community with not only people on set, but outside of set in the audience. So we definitely support and acknowledge that we want to make more. We want to be able to express more stories because Nikki Michaud has a lot in the book. So we definitely support and want to shout out to the Kickstarter of Summer of Violence, and also following us up on summerofviolence.com to become an insider so you can come along with the journey with us. And of course, all the social media pages, thesummerofviolence.com and Summer of Violence Film.
Outstanding. Yeah, I'll give you the final word. What do you want to leave them with?
Believe in yourself. Keep doing what you want to do, because what I really love about what we're doing is that we started in front of the camera. And now that we get to be in front and behind the camera, it gives us more making our own yeses, in a sense, where somebody can't tell us no. It's like, okay, you're going to tell me no. Let me make myself the boss where I could be my own yes.
Yes.
Makes sense? So be your own boss.
And I think you're inspiring other young filmmakers out there. So congratulations on your early success. And don't forget me when it comes to the Oscar speech.
Yeah, you'll be
Give me a little shout out.
I'll grab your arm. We'll walk on stage like, Jeff, you go. You got this.
All right. We're going to end with their Kickstarter website, which is summerofviolence.co. Ladies, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.